Have you ever noticed that everyone thinks they're a good person? Like exceptionally good? Even while doing things that are clearly harmful, irresponsible, or just straight up wrong. Funny how that works.
Spoke with Don Lemon the day it happened and the day after. I had private conversations with him. He wouldn't mind me saying this. He was told by a couple of the protesters that they were going to be in a church. He decided to go in there. I don't think I would use the terminology as Don Lemon storming the church, but he walked into the church knowing that it was going to happen.
This is just the beginning of this clandestine operation that they're doing here because of some inside information that they got. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't think we can go inside, right? No. No. We can stand outside.
We're here to worship Jesus. That's why we're here. Okay.
You all up in this man's face.
I don't think Don Lemon was doing that, as I said.
And you don't think he was participating? So walking to the church with the group doesn't make you a protester. You're only a protester if you join in the chant. Is that the logic? Even if they say, yes, you're on our team, even if he clarifies, I'm on your team.
No, me, dude. I'm not here.
Whose team are you on?
Come on, man. This is Don Lemon. All right, man. All right. Well,
No, you have to just say the chants. Otherwise, your mere presence in the church doesn't qualify. What about if you were in January 6th, if you were just in the Capitol?
Psychologist Albert Bandura noticed this too and said, yes, this is called moral disengagement. In simple terms, we love seeing ourselves as good people. But when our actions don't match that self-image, instead of changing our behavior, we simply turn off our moral alarm system and then problem solved. Now today, let's talk about 3 greatest hits. The ones we see constantly on social media, in viral videos, and in public meltdowns, disguised as opinions. First, we have the displacement of responsibility. This is a crowd favorite. The ones that say, I was just following orders. I was just following the crowd. I was just there to report. I'm a journalist. Translation, I participated, but spiritually, I was not present. Responsibility magically floats away from the individual to the system, to the authority, to the vibes. And if no one is personally responsible, then surprise, no one has to feel guilty. Morally, the person steps back and says, it wasn't really me, I was just there. But here's the thing, following the crowd doesn't erase accountability. It just makes avoidance more comfortable.
I think people who are, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy.
The second is the attribution of blame, also known as victim blaming, the remix. They deserved it. They started it. They shouldn't have been there. They did that first. This is where things get clever. The person who caused harm quietly switches roles from actor to reactor. Suddenly, they didn't do anything. They merely responded. And just like that, the victim is no longer the victim. They're the cause. Moral math rewritten. Conscience cleared. Once blame is shifted, empathy packs its bags and leaves the building. The third is a moral justification through comparison. And this one sounds smart, which makes it extra dangerous. Yes, this was bad, but other things are worse. Or my personal favorite, there are bigger traumas than that.
There are churchgoers that were interrupted. Okay, sorry that happened. They'll be able to bring their kids back to church next week.
It's amazing how quickly he just dismisses the psychological impact on everyone in that service. I mean, you saw the images, surely, of the kid cowering, multiple people cowering. I mean, I could understand how that could be a traumatic experience, right?
I saw a child that was crying in a still shot picture.
You have so much compassion for trans individuals and trans children, but
I have compassion for
now it's
everybody.
like, get tough, deal with it, kid.
No, I didn't say that. Oh, you're putting words in my mouth. I didn't.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say that. If a child was traumatized by some people yelling in church, because that's really what happened, I'm pretty confident that child will be okay and it won't scar him for the rest of his life. When he was in church with his family and some people were breaking the law, I would assume. And
I think they're going to be able to go back to church next Sunday just fine. You just
eventually, I'm sure they will. Eventually, I'm sure they will.
It sounds to me like he's trying to say at the end of the day, there are stakes that are higher than their ability to worship, therefore somewhat justified. I'm not saying it's right.
I feel more about
This is a dangerous game to play, man. Just to say, well, this bad thing is happening, therefore that justifies this bad thing because that bad thing is worse.
If someone felt powerless, unsafe, chronically stressed, or if the experience permanently changed how they see the world, whether people are trustworthy, whether the world is safe, then congratulations, that trauma is very real for their psyche. Comparing trauma doesn't reduce harm, it dismisses it. So when someone ranks trauma like a competition, that statement isn't just awkward or insensitive, it's psychologically baseless. So basically, this is what happens. Moral disengagement lets people protect their self-image without taking responsibility. It's ego preservation, not ethics. And accountability doesn't start with, I'm a bad person. It starts with, I did this and I'm responsible, which ironically is what actually makes someone a good person.